Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm beyond ready for the new season of Claws, okay? It does come on tonight on TNT at 9 p.m. wherever you live. Listen, watch it. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up, though? Go ahead, click that red subscribe button to become a Ray of Sunshine. And everybody already must need to have that notification bell clicked so you're alerted of the videos I upload. And since you're here for Claws, you're gonna want to see my Claws reviews, okay? So what are we doing today? Talisa, Claws isn't on yet. Well, no, but we need to remember what's happening, where we are, who the characters are. Hell, I need a refresher. They do have a marathon going on right now to catch you up on Claws, okay? Get into it real quick, like, okay? And you have the option of going back and binge watching all my Claws reviews. Here's the link to the playlist, okay? So that you know what's going on. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you were rocking with me last year when we were doing this, you knew that I was not a fan of Claws at about episode 2 or 3. I was ready to cut out, get ghost, say goodbye. But I'm glad I hung in there because I committed to it and I enjoy it. It is my very, very favorite, one of my very favorite shows on television. There are a few others, but this is definitely one, so we will be sticking this out. So let's just go ahead and try and do a memory jog of a recap of season 1. I ain't got no notes. We going off memory. If I get it wrong, you can watch the shows, okay? So listen, Claws is set in Dade County, Florida. The premise is a beautiful black businesswoman who owns a nail shop called Nail Artisans is actually money laundering for the Dixie Mafia and their drug ring. The drug ring is happening through a pharmacy that is like 100 yards, 200 yards away from the nail shop. Desna is played by Niecy Nash, okay? She has a crew of her own, people that are loyal and that are trusting, and they show you that women can really work together, okay? So you got Desna, played by Niecy Nash. You have her best friend, Jen, played by Jennifer Lyons, okay? That relationship, I thought it was going to bust there, pressure bust pipes. It was kind of rocky, especially when Jen found out some trickery that was going on that Desna had done and wasn't particularly honest with her. And I know why, because Desna didn't want to have to put the two in between each other, or have to have her choose between the best friend and the husband, right? Your loyalty lies with your husband. It should anyway. Anyway, in addition, you have Quiet Ann, who is played by Judy Reyes. Quiet Ann is a stud and is more like the enforcer, okay? We found that she does know how to do some kind of pedicures or nails or something, but she don't. She's the enforcer. And all the ladies love Quiet Ann. She had somebody last season hooked on her, and then she ended up meeting a detective, Arlene, who she was in love with. That's a whole different story, okay, child? We're going to try and get that in there. In addition to Quiet Ann, there is Polly, the scam artist, okay? Polly is right up there with Desna for me. I love Polly. She is tricking people out of their whole entire lives. Went to jail for it in the whole 9 yards, but does not look like someone that would scam you, which makes it so much better. Then you have Virginia, who is played by Karrueche Tran. And honestly, when I started watching the show, I watched it because of Niecy Nash, and I wanted to see what the fuck Karrueche Tran was gonna do. What kind of actress was she? Well, she fucking shocked me. She is acting her ass off in Claws. Okay, wouldn't you guys agree with me? Who's your favorite character? Let me know down below in the comments. So like I said, they are money laundering for the Dixie Mafia. The Dixie Mafia is Uncle Daddy. He is the head mafioso Child, I don't know what they called. But then there's Roller, who was dating Desna, and that's how Desna really got kind of caught up in it. You know, dick will have you do some dumb shit. But really, I don't think she was enjoying that dick. Squeeze my neck was his favorite thing to say, right? Then you have his brother Bryce, who is married to Jen, who is a recovering addict, who looks like he's about to go right back in to being an addict because he's sniffing and snorting and shit. And that was also part of the reason why Jen was upset with Desna, because the series of events that caused him to be stressed out has pushed him towards drugs. Listen, that ain't Desna's fault that your man is an addict. He needed to remove himself instead of trying to be in Uncle Daddy's good graces, okay? See, I'm getting beside and ahead of myself. Anyway, now Uncle Daddy's married to this weird woman. Did she die? I think she died. I think she was shot and killed that night. I think she did. She died. Didn't she? Shit, I can't remember. Jen has 2 children, 2 beautiful children. Who else? Uncle Daddy has a boyfriend, like a little boy toy that stays with them that the wife's okay with. Little child. I mean, it's something for everybody. Ken is the pharmacist who is also part of this drug ring. So, here we go. Let's try and recap a little bit. When we first started off, we saw that Desna and Roller were in a relationship. Choke my neck was the thing that he wanted. Squeeze my neck, baby. Squeeze my neck. When he was coming, he wanted her to damn near choke him until he would pass out. Yeah, normally women want to be choked, but he wanted to be choked, and it was weird. Now, Roller is this white hood type dude. He, you know, sagging pants, a wife beater, gold teeth, fine as fuck, okay? Some people be like, oh, cultural appropriation. They can have that part of the culture. I like my black men with their pants pulled up and nice clothes, clean shaven, okay? I like a man that looks like that, even though only the hood niggas like me. Anyway, so they were dating, but then Virginia, who was a stripper, was taken in under the wings by Desna and allowed to come and start doing nails. You know, she was going to be like a mentee, but she was able to work there. Well, she thought Desna and Roller had a good thing because Roller had some money, honey, and she found herself all intertwined with him, fucking him on the side, sneaking, while Desna was still her boss, okay? Well, longer story short, it was too much for the little girl to handle. He was putting his hands on her, and Desna walked in. No, Desna was doing her eyebrows, and she was like, little girl, poor little girl, doing his eyebrows. He was very vain. Anyway, longer story short, they kill him. At least they think they kill him. They put him in a body bag. They put him in a boat, set the boat afire, and send him out. And really, partly because he did not keep his end of the bargain. She was only supposed to be in it until the end of the year. And when the bonus came on New Year's, it was supposed to be enough for her to get up and move into a better shop than Nail Artisans. She had started looking for a shop and had her eyes on a shop. But instead of her getting the bonus and her for the work that she's doing, he ended up getting the house. And of course, that just spiraled. And you don't tell me, and you get up, you can't tell me, you know. I tell you when you quit, don't talk to me like that. I think he slapped her or put his hands on her. Can't remember. That was like episodes 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Early on in the episodes. Because 3 and 4 is when it got weird with like chickens and pigs licking peanut butter off feet. And that's when I was like, I'm going to be out. But I didn't. I stayed in. So as this whole money laundering scheme goes on, well, let's go back to Roller. Roller ended up not being dead. Roller ended up being picked up by a crazy lady in the swamp who had him as a sex slave. He was smart enough to play his part until he got an opportunity to escape. So when he was leaving, the way he escaped is that the Russians ended up picking him up and putting him in the van and taking him back to Dade County, Florida. honey, it was a twist. You got to go and watch the episodes. This recap is not going to do you any justice. You can watch my reviews and that'll help, but this little recap ain't going to do enough if you ain't never watched it. I wonder if the crazy lady, what was her name, if she's going to end up coming to Dade County to get her man, baby. When he arrived, everybody was excited to see him and where have you been? And he at first couldn't remember that it was Desna and Virginia that killed him, but it did come back to memory. Or was he just pretending? Shit, I should have watched the episodes. Nonetheless, when he realized that Desna was part of it, though he loved her, he was going to kill her. He actually needed to come up with $50,000, I think it was a week, for the Russians so that he did not get killed. He was actually stealing from Uncle Daddy the entire time because he had his own debt that he needed to pay. Now, while Roller was gone, they had to try and figure out who to pin the death on, right? Who killed Roller? Let's figure out how to pin it on him, on whomever. Well, Desna has a brother, Dean, that she takes care of who is autistic. They were raised in foster care and the foster family was horrible to them. Well, pretty much they set them up, said that they were the big drug dealers and that they sold Roller the drugs that caused him to, or tried to kill him. So they went in and killed the whole family, the man and the woman. They killed them, and they didn't have anything to do with that. They were really killing bad people, but for the wrong reason. Bryce was part of that. Now, Bryce isn't a gangster. He's not a mobster. He's not a thug. He is square. He doing like inspirational tapes and shit, but decides he needs to step up because Uncle Daddy has asked him to, even though his wife is saying, no, this is too much for you. The stress is too much. You know what's going to end up happening. You're going to be strung out on some shit. And it looks like that's what's going to happen because it's too much. And this is exactly why Jen and Desna had fallen out, because Jen finds out that, oh, I don't know what the family's name is. Can't think of their name right now. But she finds out that that was the foster parents. And that actually Desna and Virginia actually tried to kill Roller. So that kind of severs or puts a damper on their friendship. But towards the end, they seem to have come back together. And she seems to understand why she did what she did. And she wishes that Desna would have told her ahead of time. What else? What else happened? Oh, so they had gotten the money, right? Desna had gotten the money for the shop, for the new fancy shop. But was told that they didn't want that kind in there. And she needed to use the money for something else anyway. Ended up being in like this nail competition and slays and whoops their ass. So ends up with the money to pay for the salon. Goes to pay for the salon. At the end, we see that she is in they go to the salon. They're excited, but they done fucked up the plumbing and put a whole lot of pads and tampons and all kind of shit down the toilet. And it's going to cost an additional $15,000, let's say, because I can't remember, in order for them to fix it. Say what now? Now, Dean has a thing for Virginia. Dean takes Virginia with him to Miami to be in like this bodybuilding contest, but really to be like art. And y'all, that's when she sees Roller for the first time. Dean saw Roller and also said that he saw Roller. That's when things get all mixed up and together. But she ends up sleeping with Dean. That was his first. He's all in love. And Desna said, don't do nothing stupid. Don't sleep with my brother. You know what it is. He's autistic. Well, she did it anyway. In addition, Jen's daughter gets kidnapped by the Russians. Okay. How am I going to fit this in here? So, Ted is like Ted is a liaison for all the different drug cartels. They're all under this one umbrella, right? So help me out, y'all. So Ted ends up getting killed. I want to say Bryce ends up killing him. It sets off an alarm. I want to say the Russians, who are the competition, who actually Roller owes money to, who's always around, somehow something happened and they take Jen's black daughter. We find out that her daddy is in prison. They take Jen's black daughter and she stays with the woman who's Russian. Y'all, stay with it. And in order for them to get her back, they have to do certain things for her. Pretty much work for her. She wants Desna to work for her. Wants Roller to give her money. Y'all, I'm all lost and confused. Long story way shorter. Long story way shorter. The Russians have the little girl. They need to figure out how to get the little girl back. There's this big powwow at the end with all the old people, and they all pull guns out on them because they don't want to get double crossed, and she do the double crossing. They don't get the daughter back. So I'm sure that's going to happen. Another thing that we need to find out about is why Roller owes the Russians so much money. I want to say that he slept with the 15-year-old niece. And did they have a baby? It's a lot of mess. We also saw that Virginia is pregnant, and I want to know who she's pregnant by. Is she pregnant by Dean, or is she pregnant by Roller? There's a possibility. Y'all was looking at me like, oh no, she's not pregnant by Roller. Well, why not? She was fucking Roller, wasn't she? Why couldn't she be pregnant by Roller? So one of them is the daddy. And is she going to marry Dean? Are we going to see that this season? Because I want you to know that the trailer that they are giving for season 2 is off the chain. Desna has always been a boss, and she is trying to figure out how to remain a boss and to keep her girls in the good life and to move forward and to do better and to get them out of the mess that they're in with the Russians. I think that she's no longer under the Dixie Mafia, but now she's with the Russians. Y'all, it's a big old mess. I know I didn't talk for a long time about what. I hope you followed along with me. I'm sure I missed a lot of pertinent stuff. But let me know down below in the comments what I missed, what you're looking forward to seeing happen this season, who you're looking forward to see this season, who is your favorite character, what are your predictions? I don't have any yet because I think I'm going to binge watch season 1 because I need to. Like, I'm all like, what the fuck? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for sticking out this Claws recap of season 1. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.